Okay, how to generate a square wave? They have given some T on and T off. T on and T off is been what should be the T on time and T off time, then how to generate, and the extra they have given is 22 megahertz. So the question is generate a square wave with an on time of 3 milliseconds and off time of 10 milliseconds, and the extra frequency is 22 megahertz. So first you have to see, always first you see external frequency what they have given. What they is given here, it is 22 megahertz. They may give 11 also. These 2 megahertz commonly they use. Since we have 22, so whatever they give, that should be divided by 12. That is the first procedure. Okay, after dividing it by 12, convert it into time period. That is, convert it into seconds. This is in megahertz. It is frequency. Convert it into time period. It will be 0.546. Okay, and now what is the on time they have given? That is 3 milliseconds. That is substituted here. So 3 divided by 0.54. You will get one number, 5494 clocks. That you subtract from the maximum count. Okay, since we are doing it for mode 1. So mode 1 is 16 bit and the maximum count is 65536 minus whatever the number you are getting here. So the answer will be 60042, that is in decimal. Convert it into hex. It is EA8AH. So the upper part or the upper EA should be sent for TH. Okay, it is written here. It should be sent for TH, and AH. Sorry, 8A should be sent for TL. Okay, for timer it is, these are the values that are to be loaded to get 3 milliseconds delay. That is important, and this is for only for T on time, only for on, that is higher pulse. Okay, till what time the square wave should be high. Next we have to go for finding to what time the square wave should be low, that is the off time. Fine. To find out the off time, for off time how much they have given, it is 10 milliseconds. Same procedure. So 10 divided by 0.546. Okay, then you will get a number 18315. You have to subtract it from the maximum count. That number will be in decimal. Convert it into hexadecimal. Then write TH and TL. So these are the two values that are to be loaded in the timer to get a delay. So then a square wave will be generated. The square will look like this. This is 3 milliseconds. So because of that milliseconds delay only, you can see this line. If you don't give any delay, you will just see a dot. You can't see a square wave. Since we have given a delay of 10 milliseconds for off time. Okay, this is how the square wave will look. So first, whenever whatever time they give and whatever the external they give, this is the calculation you have to do. Rest is just writing the program in the assembly. So it is timer 0 mode 1. Okay, it is timer 0 mode 1. So first, what we have to see? You have to see what you have to fill in the T mod register. So in T mod register we have 0 1H because it is timer 0 mode 1. Next, 0 TH0 TL0, this value should be filled. Okay, from where we got this? B8 and 7 8. This one, the first one, B8 and 75. Okay, first they are filling it for the off time in timer 0. Okay, that is sent for the port 0. Then call the delay. Next for on time, that is TA and EA, that is filled for TL0 and TH0. So 0 0 and FF. Okay, 0 and high, 0 and 1. It is like that. The maximum that will go for the port 0. Then a delay program is called. Fine, this is the values that are being loaded into the timer. Now we have to make the timer run. Okay, so wherever you have written delay, that delay program you should explain what is the delay. So we are starting the delay with a new address. We have taken org 300H. The delay program is written separately with a new address. This is one way of writing. So how to start the timer? First we have to set the TR0. This TR0 and this TF0 are in TCON register. You have to remember, these are in TCON register, and this what we are sending now. How to start the timer, how to fill the initial count, that is in T mod register. These two registers are required for timer. So we have to set first TR0, then you have to check the bit, okay, jump or no bit. TF0 should always be monitored. You have to check whether it is set or no, okay. The soon it is set means the count is completed. That means it has started the count from, see what is the meaning of this is, it is starting the count from 75B8H, okay, for this 3 milliseconds delay. The count, the initial count is 75B8. Till where it will go? It will go for 16 bit. That means FFFF. Till there this count will run. Okay, it will start from 75B8 and it will go for FFFF. That is for, this is for T off. That is 10 milliseconds delay. For T on, it will start from 8AEA. Okay. No, first you have to tell higher bit, that is EA8A. Okay, it will start from there and it will go to the maximum of FFFF. So when it has reached the maximum, which instruction will inform us that? That is informed by TF0 of TCON register. This TF0 will tell the count is completed. Soon after the count is completed, the 2 bits should be clear. That is TR0 and this is the only the working of the timer. So wherever you write this delay program, this will be the instructions that will be written in common. So if you are going with timer 0, so we have written TR0 and TF0. If you go with timer 1, you have to write TR1 and TF1. Okay, that is the procedure you have to follow. So important thing is you have to find the values that are to be loaded in TH and TL. Okay, depending upon the seconds. If they give any different seconds, last time we had seen for 5 milliseconds. Okay, they did not mention, it was completely a 50% duty cycle because T on and T off both are equal. Here T on and T off are different. One is for 3 milliseconds and one is for 10 milliseconds. So have to do it separately. And external is 22 megahertz. That also you have to correct it. So this is one of the example. Next we will go for mode 2 programming. Mode 0 is not in your syllabus, just they have given 2 sentences there. Mode 0 is exactly like mode 1 except that it is a 13-bit timer instead of 16-bit. Our mode 1 is 16-bit, okay, and mode 0 is 13-bit timer. So we'll go for mode 2 programming. Mode 2 programming important is it is an 8-bit timer. Okay, 8-bit timer means the maximum it can count only is FF. That is important here. So you have to remember it is only FF, that means maximum 256. If the number comes more than 256, we have to put in a loop. We had used nested loop, na, like that you have to put. It will not go for thousands together. This mode 2 programming cannot be used. That is one thing. And next one is after the timer is started, it starts to count up by incrementing the TL register. It counts up until it reaches its limit. What is its limit? It is FFH. When it rolls over from FF to 00, it sets high the timer flag. If we are using timer 0, so TF0 goes high, or timer 1 TF1. This TF0 and TF1 belong to TCON register. Again I'm telling, okay. So these two flags are used to show that the count is completed. So this is just the figure. We have a Xtal oscillator which is divided by 12. For timer it should be set to 0. Okay. This is the start of timer TR. Okay, and this is TL and TF, and TH is here auto reload will happen. Okay, and overflow flag is TF, which moves from FF to 0. These are some points for mode 2 programming. Steps to program in mode 2: load the T mod value register indicating the timer. If it is timer 0 or timer 1, you have to indicate, and select the timer mode as mode 2 in T mod register. That is important. Load the TH registers with initial count value. Next, start the timer. Okay, how to monitor the timer by using JNB. Next, at last we like clear TF flag. Go back to step 4 since mode 2 is auto reload. That is important. It is auto reload. Auto reload is one important thing, and it is 8-bit, and the maximum count is FFH from 0 to FF. Okay. So we'll start one example there. Write a program to generate a square wave on pin P1.0. Okay, on pin P1.0. Here what they have given, external frequency is how much? 11.0592 megahertz. Calculate frequency of square wave generated and also the smallest frequency achieved in this program. It is just an example here. See timer 0 and timer 1. Getting it? Since we are using timer 1, okay, we'll go with timer 1 in mode 2. So mode 2 means what you write? 0010. Okay, 0010. This we are writing. This is T mod register. Okay, I have not written what is there in the bit. Just first one is gate. Okay, gate should be always 0. Second one is timer, that is 0. And this is selecting mode, that is M0 and M1. So I have written 0010. Since we are not using timer 0, fill it with all zeros. So it is 20. That is important here. So to use in mode 2 for timer 1, in T mode what we have to fill? We have to fill 20H or 20H. Getting it? Okay. Next what they have given? Just they have taken a delay of 5 seconds they have taken. Just they have sent a number 5 to TH1 and P1 port 1 is set and TR1 is set for count. Okay, set bit TR1. Next they have just they are monitoring TF1. Fine. TF1 will tell whether it is overflow or not. We are complementing P1.0. Okay, just complemented P1.0. Next both are cleared. Why we are complementing? It is complemented to generate the square wave. It becomes 0 1 0 1, like that it will be, the counting will be moving on. So before after that we'll see this how the delay is created. What is the external they have given? 11.0592. So 11.0592 is divided by 12. You will get it as 1.0. Okay, this was the common number. Okay, what is the formula? Whatever the maximum count, for that 1 should be added. So 255 plus 1 is 256. Fine. It is starting from 5 here. Okay, it is starting from the 5. It will start from 5. So in the maximum count, the initial count, okay, 5 should be subtracted. So you'll get 251. 251 into that seconds. You will get 272. So this is the it is for complete half pulse. Okay, that should be taken for complete pulse. So it is multiplied by 2. So you'll get 544.67 microseconds. And if you convert it into frequency, you'll get 1.83 kilohertz. What this represents? What is this frequency? This frequency is the frequency of the square wave generated. Okay, this program they have given directly. This 5 they have taken it directly. Okay, this program is written. They have given the program and you have to calculate the frequency of the square wave generated. So whatever the from the maximum count, from there this 5 is subtracted, because it will start from, it will not start from 256, because 5 is already taken. So you have to subtract the 5. So 256 minus 5 take. Frequency is 1.83 kilohertz. So next question what they ask, to get the smallest frequency, there should be largest time period, because frequency and time period are inversely proportional. So largest time period is required, and it is achieved when the TH is 0 0. Okay, when the maximum that can be taken TH is 0 0 only, the maximum count will be taken, or the maximum time period will happen. So T is equal to 2 into 256. Okay, 2 times the period into 1.085 microseconds. So you'll get 555.5. The frequency of it is 1.8 kilohertz, the inverse of this. This is the smallest frequency. To know the smallest frequency, the time period should be maximum. It will be maximum when we'll take the maximum count, that is 256. Okay, complete one from 0 0 to 256. So since it is a time period, it should be multiplied by 2, and 1.085 is from the external frequency. So the smallest frequency is 1.8 kilohertz. It is just one example. Next, write a program to generate a square wave of frequency 1 kilohertz. See here, one important thing is they have given frequency here. They have not given time period. Before this you have seen they had given 5 milliseconds, 3 milliseconds. They mentioned the time period, that is the of half pulse. Okay, it was of half pulse, so we are taking it. Now they have given frequency 1 kilohertz. They have given frequency. On where you have to generate, you have to generate in P1.2 and the external is 22 megahertz. It is timer 0 mode 2. So all this information you have to take. Since it is 22 megahertz, so divided by 12, you'll get one number, and 1 kilohertz they have given. Convert it into time period. It is how much? 1 milliseconds. Kilo will become milli. So 1 milliseconds. This is for complete one period. Okay, complete T. We don't want complete T. We'll take only half of it. So take half of 1 milliseconds is 0.5 milliseconds. This 0.5 milliseconds is divided by 0.546. So you'll get one number 915. So this number is important. See here, it is 915 and it is in mode 2. Mode 2 is what? Mode 2 is only 8 bit. 8 bit means what? Maximum it can take only 256. Here the number is 915. It will not go. Okay, the timer will not work. So what you have to do? You have to bring this number to a smaller number. You can go with any ways. Okay, you can take any number of ways for doing that. Here what they have done? They have divided the number with 5. That is important. You can go with any other number also. Fine. Will be taken as a loop. Okay, 5 times it will be executed. So they are dividing it with 5. So we got the number is now 183. So 183 is less than. See that the number should be less than 256. That should be done. Okay. So 183. So find the hexadecimal 183. It is B7. So from the maximum count, that is FF, you subtract B7, will get 48. 48H as the hexadecimal value, which has to be loaded in TH. And since it has to work in mode 2 and timer 0, okay, mode 2 timer 0, here it is the T mod register should be filled with 0 to H. If it was timer 1, it was 20H. Since it is timer 0, it is 02H. Okay, so we have to generate a square wave. So complement P1.2. It will be just rotating. Important thing is this 5 is loaded to R0 register. This 5 is from this divided 5. 5 times it should do. Okay, that is written here. The 48H is loaded to TH0. Okay, next we are setting the bit TR0, monitoring the bit TF0. Okay, then clearing both the bits. Then decrementing R0. R0 first it will be 5, then it will be 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, like this loop will run to generate the square wave. One thing to remember is here, see, the timer, whatever the working of the timer is written in the program itself. They have not gone for separate delay program. You can write like that also, and you can call the delay, or you can write the program continuously. Okay, last program also we had seen it is written directly. They have not gone for a separate delay, and calling that delay they have not done here. So, okay, and TF0 is monitored. Both are clear. Since it is timer 0, they have gone for TR0, TF0. That is important. And why they have taken this register? Since the count is huge, they have put into a loop and decrease the count because it is mode 2 is only of 8 bit. Next is your calculator work. You have to do this. Find the value in hex loaded in TH for each of the following. Put in the hexadecimal mode and find the values of this minus 200, minus 3, minus 48 in the hex. Okay, you'll get the values directly from the calculator. You can do this. And I have given two page numbers, 216 and 213. These are the two programs. Okay, they have done it. You go through these programs and study them. 216 and 213. A square wave is generated here. You can go through. Next, we'll just see what is this counter programming. See, counter programming is what? In that T mod register, if it is kept 0, it will work as timer. if it is kept as 1, okay, C bar T, if it is equal to 1, then timer is used as counter. Okay, just there you have to change, only that is the difference. If it is 1, it is counter. If it is 0, it is timer. That is one important thing. And then in port 3, okay, port 0, port 1, port 2, port 3. In port 3, pins used for timer 0 and 1 are, what are the pins? We will use 14 and 15 are the pins. Okay, port pin is P3.4, just it is for your information. Next, counter 0 with external input. Just the figure is given. Important is here, Celia. This counter is set is equal to 1. They have shown this TH0, TL0 and TF0, and for that is for mode 1, TH1, TL1 and TF1 for timer 1. Next, this also figures counter 0 and counter 1 with external input for mode 2. Okay, for mode 2 the pin numbers will change, this input pin 35 and 34. That is given. So we'll just see how the program is going to change here. Design a counter for counting the pulses of input signals. Here only counting will be done. The pulses to be counted are fed to the pin P3.0. Okay, and the external is 22 megahertz. That is important. In the below program, timer 1 is used for time second delay. They have just given 1 second, nothing milliseconds like that. So they have gone with a number, and the timer is used as counter in mode 1. That is important. It is used as counter in mode 1. So to set it as a counter, what they will do, you have to go with this TMOD register. First I'll show that. So okay, this is the TMOD register. In TMOD register, G will always be 0. Okay, and what they are using, they are using timer 0. The half part will be timer 0, half part will be timer 1. So since what we have to do, it is, we'll use here the delay also. Okay, timer 1 also is used, and timer 0 is used as counter. So here it is set as 1. That is important. Observe here, it is set as 1. Okay, and it is 0 1. It is mode 1, and here it is working as timer. That is, it is 0. Okay, and it is in mode 1. So timer also is used, counter also is used here. That is important. So what will become the number? It is 1 0 0 0 1, and it is 0 1 0 1. So it is 1 and 5. So it is 15H. This is how we'll get this 15H. Okay, when I'm writing it as 15H, here the timer also is used. Timer is used to generate the delay, and counter is used to count. Okay, to count the pulses. So both things are used here. So whenever TMOD is filled with 15H, timer 1 is used and counter 0 is used. And it is working in mode 1. Okay, mode 1 means 16-bit. So first we have to set P3.0. So the count will start from 0 0. Assume 0 0. Okay, TL0 and TH0. See, TL0 and TH0, now they are counters. Getting it? So we are filling it with, or we are initializing it with the 0 0 values. Next we have to run the counter. So set TR0. It should run for how much? It should run for 1 second. So the 28 value is filled here. It is just a value taken, 28 just to indicate that delay. So R0 will be decreased. Decrement jump on 0. R0 will be taken. Okay. So 28, 27, 26 till it becomes 0. You can see the display. You will be remembering. You can see the display on the kit. Okay. 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 2. Whenever if you give delay only, you can see the display. If there is no delay, the counting will go so very fast that our eyes cannot perceive it. Okay, we can't identify what number is displayed. For that, this delay will be used. So next, this timer 1 is used for counting. Fine. So TL100, TH100. Again, we have to set bit. That means the TR1, timer 1 is started. Just to see TF1. Okay. Just to monitor this timer 1. Then clear both the flags. So whatever is there in TL0. So whatever we have counted, that is sent for accumulator, then again it is sent for port 2. Whatever is there in TH, it is sent for accumulator and it is sent for port 1. So whatever the count is done, that is there in the port P1 and P2. So this is the program where both timer and counter are used. Timer 1 is used for just to create the delay, and timer 0, that is nothing but counter, it is used to count the pulses. The final answer is put in the 1 and 2. What they have given? Design a counter for counting the pulses of input signal. The pulses to be counted are fed to the pin P3.4. Okay, for that pin it is being fed. So you have to count that. What is the, how many pulses are fed, that have to be counted. So that will go, that is done by a counter 0. Okay. Next, the timer 1 is used. Since in the below program, timer 1 is used for timing for 1 second. For 1 second delay, this is been used. Okay, this is one of the program. Next, the last one, write a program for counter 1 in mode 2 to count the clock pulse and display the state of TL, that is count on P2. Okay, counter 1 in mode 2, that is important. Fine. Since it is counter 1, that means what? It is timer 1. It will come here. Counter 1 in mode 2. Just you can see here the one. What you have to fill? You will fill here. First it will be always 0. Here you will fill 1. Okay. And it should work in mode 2. It will be what? 1, 1, 0. Getting it? 0, 1, 1, 0. This timer 0 is not used, so fill it with 0. So what it will become? 6, 0. This is how you get 6, 0, 6TH. This is how you calculate it. Correctly you have to write. So it is now 6TH. That is filled in T mod. Rest all is simple. Since the clock pulse we have to generate, set the bit P3.5. Just move the 0, 0 to the timer 1, that is TL1 and TH1. Start the timer, it will start. Okay, flag will be checked and then both will be cleared. So whatever is there, it is sent to the accumulator. From accumulator it's sent to the port P2. So these are some of the programs in counter and in mode 2 programming. So important is the mode 2 is the maximum count is how much you have to remember, and what should be filled in T mod register. Please go through the examples once again and see what should be filled in the T mod register. You only calculate and find, so that it will become easy for you. Thank you.